Write me an equation of a parabola that has that vertex. So what are you thinking? I'm thinking, man, I wish I had a foldable that had an equation in vertex form. Oh, we do. Oh, okay, okay. So when we're writing this equation, where's the vertex going to go? Where's it going to go, though? H and K? This is which one? H, and this is which one? Do I have enough information to write an equation? What do I lack? I like A, don't I? If I just said, write me an equation that has a vertex at 2, -2, how many possibilities are there? An endless, right? There's an infinite number of possibilities. So you need more information from me then, right? I also need to tell you something like that it passes through the point 4, 6. Now, how many parabolas have a vertex of 2, -2 and pass through the point 4, 6? 2. Right? Can I prove that to you? Yes? Okay. Graph it real quick. 2, -2. That's the vertex. And 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have one that goes like this. Right? Something similar to that. Can you see the other one yet? What about this one? Isn't there 2? So which one do we care about today? Vertical. Yeah. Let's only worry about vertical parabolas today. Okay? Because when we actually made this foldable, we only have a y equals, don't we? I only gave you one in vertex form. So we're only going to worry about vertical parabolas today. Are you all right with that? Could you write it in vertex form if I ask for the horizontal parabola? What would you do? Switch x and y and switch h and k, right? You could do that. I know you could. I'm not asking you to today. I'm only asking for the vertical parabola. All right, so how are we going to find this equation now then? We have h and k. What else do we have? What's this? X. And what's this? Y. Normally when we write an equation, do we plug stuff in for x and y? We don't, right? We usually need an x and a y for our equation, don't we? But when I get my final answer, is anything going to be plugged in for x and y? No. But we're going to use this x and y to find what? A, exactly. Okay? So plug everything in that you know into this equation right here. What do you know? You know y is 6 equals A.
4.
Do we know it? No, in fact, that's what we're trying to find, isn't it? Okay? X 4 minus h squared plus k minus 2. Okay, so far? Does anybody know what 4 minus 2 is? 2, excellent. What's 2 squared? So I have 6 equals 4a minus 2. How to solve this? Add 2 to both sides. What's 6 plus 2? So 8 equals 4a. And then divide both sides by 4. So what does a equal?
2.
2. Now do I have enough information to write the equation in vertex form? Tell me what it is.
It's y equals 1.
Y equals what?
2.
2
X.
x
Minus
minus 2 squared plus k.
Minus 2.
Done. Does that make sense? Should we do another one? Yes, okay, excellent. This one has a vertex at -2, 5, and passes through -4, 7. Has a vertex at -2, 5 and passes through -4, 7. So what I recommend that you do first is label what you know. Go find the vertex. How should we label it? H and K. And then go find the point that it passes through. How should we label that? X and Y. Now it's just a matter of substituting what we know, right? Okay, so Y 7 equals A, which is what we don't know, parentheses, X -4 minus -2 squared plus K. Sorry about that weird line from my pen.
45 or 7?
Oh, that's a good question.
Did you put 7?
Mm-hmm. Why did I put 7?
Why? Why?
Why?
Is it supposed to be K?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think I did it on purpose or on accident?
On purpose.
I did.
7 to go.
I did, right? So I'm trying to show you a couple of errors that were made earlier today so that you can fix it, so you can be careful about it, right? Okay? If I did it on accident, would I tell you? Yeah, I would tell you, right. Sometime I messed, my pen bounced, and so it made that weird line right there, so sorry about that. So that's 5. So do you see how easily it is to get mixed up? So do you see why I want you labeling these from the very beginning, right? You're like, oh my gosh, that takes so much time. I think it took me 3 seconds. You're gonna be okay using that time wisely, right? Because if I would have left this as a 7, when I got to the end, the answer would be wrong, and I had to go back and do it all over again. Why not use 3 seconds to label your points right now than to have to redo a whole entire problem? Does that make sense? Okay? Now what? So inside first, right? So what happens here? So -4 plus 2. -2 squared? It would be, right? Now, can I take a quick commercial break?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to come over here to the side. Sometimes you guys have to use your emotional support calculators. Right? And if you put -2 squared in your calculator, what's it going to tell you? -4.
That's wrong.
It is, right? Well, it's not, because you told it to do 2 squared, which is 4, and then multiply it by a negative, because it follows order of operations, right? What do you need to do if you need to use your emotional support calculator? What do you need to put in so that it tells you the right answer? So -2 squared. That's what we actually want, right? Not this one. You okay? Okay, back to the show. Now, so we said -2 squared is 4. So we have 7 equals 4a plus 5. So subtracting 5 from both sides. 2 equals 4a. So a equals 2, right? Oh, no? You're positive? Don't jump ahead too quick, right? I saw that earlier today as well. Okay, a equals 1/2. What if this was a 6 and I divided by a 6? What would this be? Can I just put 0.33? 0.33 is not an exact answer, is it? It's a rounded answer, and the computer won't accept it as a rounded answer. It'll say that it's wrong. Okay, so if it's a fraction that can be simplified, just simplify the fraction. That's the exact answer, not the approximate when you have to round a decimal. Does that make sense? Okay, so now we have to write the equation, right? So, y equals, because that's a, right? 1/2 times x plus 2 minus a negative, right, is plus 2 squared plus 5. Okay, so far? Do you need any more of those? So if I give you a vertex and a point that it passes through, you can
Find it.
You can find it? Okay. I will tell you, your homework is going to try to trick you. Okay? I'll tell you that right now. And here's how it's going to try to trick you. It's going to say, this parabola passes through the point -4,7 and has a vertex of -2,5. How would that trick you?
It switches the.
Yeah, it switches the order, right? When you label them, make sure you're labeling the vertex HK and make sure you're labeling the point it passes through as X and Y. Just because I did both examples where the vertex came first and the point that passes through came second doesn't mean that's always going to be how it shows up. So make sure you're paying attention to the information that it gives you. Does that make sense? Okay, any questions about that? Okay, so what if I instead say, God bless you. That. And I say, give me the equation of that parabola. Do you have enough information?
I did.
You do.
Yes.
Because even though I only gave you one point, I gave you the vertex, right? What else do you know?
That passes through.
The what?
Where it passes through.
Which are called what?
X and Y. X-intercept.
You know your x-intercepts. Man, I wish I knew a formula where we could write an equation of a parabola and if I knew the intercepts.
I wish to. Intercept form.
Oh, I do. Okay. Right? Okay, so let's write what we know then, right? What do we know? I know P. What's P? What's P? Do you remember when we looked at this and we put a star? Because we have to be careful. Cuidado, we said? Because of the signs. So what's P? And what's Q? Well, here's the thing. This is the part that gets confusing to people sometimes, right? Is P 4 or is P -4? It is -4. And is Q 6 or is Q -6? It is 6, right? That's where it crosses the axis. P is -4, Q is 6. But when I go to fill in this right here, what do I know? Oh, I do know an X and a Y, don't I? Right here. And I know a P and a Q. So again, all that's left to find is A, isn't it? Okay. So let's plug in what we know. Y equals, oops, I forgot my A. a x minus p, negative 4, times x minus 6. Oh, yeah, what did I forget? Oh, I know an x, don't I? What is it? It's 1, right? So, does that happen to you sometimes? Yeah, that's okay. So can I go, is it okay with you if I go ahead and write plus 4 right here? Okay. And then 1 minus 6. If we forget, what do? We just fix it, right? We fix it. Some of you guys could have even erased the x and put a 1 and erased the x and put a 1, right? I can't do that with my markers, and I didn't want it to be too messy. I already forgot my a. It has to be a little baby a. Okay? Now let's figure it out. Figure out what we know. Does anybody know 1 plus 4? 5. Excellent. So I have 25 equals a times 5. And then what's 1 minus 6?
What's 5? A negative 5.
Negative 5. So what does this actually equal? 25 equal what? Negative 25 a. So how do I solve for a? What is 25 divided by negative 25?
1.
A is negative 1. So do I know enough now to be able to write the intercept form of this equation? Tell me what it is. Are you sure I don't put a 25? Because why is 25?
Wait, no, because that's not how you write it.
That's exactly right. We're trying to write an equation now, right? I use the 1 and 25 to find the a so that I could write the equation. When I write the equation, I don't substitute x and y anymore, do I? Okay, so y equals negative 1. Then what? X minus a negative 4, so plus 4. And then x minus 6. Did you notice I didn't write exactly what you said?
Yeah.
What did I not write? The 1. Are you allowed to put the 1 there?
Yes.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Do you have to put the 1 there? No. Okay. Okay, so far? Can I show you one more of those?
Sure.
Okay. Passes through. One 84 and has x-intercepts of negative 5 and 8. Now, I need to be real clear about something because this was an issue that came up. When it's called intercept form, what intercepts do I know? X and the Y? No, just the X, right? Most of the time, do we care about the X-intercepts? Nah. Most of the time, it's the Y-intercept that we have to, like in slope-intercept form, what intercept is that talking about? Y, like for lines, right? That we've always been so hyper-focused on the Y-intercept, but when we're talking about parabolas and intercept form, it's the X-intercepts that we care about. And that's what I told you, right? But some people were trying to put it as, like they were trying to put it as a Y-intercept or something and tried to substitute that in somehow, and we're getting confused. So I'm saying, don't confuse yourself. Intercept form is the X-intercepts. Okay? So when it tells you X-intercepts, that's a good thing. All right, so let's label what we know. What do we know? Negative 5 is P. 8 is Q. 1 is Y. Oh, X, okay. 84 is Y. So do I have enough information now? Yes, okay, let's plug in what we know. 84 equals A. Got it? 1 minus negative 5. 1 minus 8. Okay, so what happens here? So I have 84 equals 1 plus 5? 6. So I have a times 6 times negative 7. So 84 equals what? Negative 42? A. Okay. And then how do I solve for A? Very good. So what does A equal? Negative 2. Do I have enough information now to write my equation? What is it? Y equals? Negative 2. Plus 5. Minus a negative 5, right? So plus 5. And then? Perfect. Questions?